Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. One thing that is very strange, and we all have been dealing with this forever now. We are the most despised people, but at the same time, we're always in demand. People always want us dealing with their problems or their protest or whatever issues they got going on or whatever they're failing in. They always know how to find us. But one thing I am happy our people are standing firm on telling these other groups to leave us alone. Leave us alone. We are the people everybody love to hate, but also want to imitate at the same time. I mean, what's going on is it is just so weird to me. It always been weird. But I'm just glad we are finally getting to the point where we're not allowing these other people to use us anymore. We're just leaving them with their own problems to deal with, and we're just not going to get involved in it no more. And I am glad to see that. That is something I was hoping to see years ago, but I guess our people just wasn't there yet. So I'm going to share my screen. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I do. I'm going to share my screen so we can get started. Okay, give me a one if you can see my screen. Thank you.
I don't really like how y'all are saying black people are causing a further divide by not wanting to protest and using election results to protest. When were we ever together? Like, I feel like black people and other minorities calling out black people for not wanting to protest and implying that they're pushing for this divide is the same as a white person going, "You're the problem," for remembering racism. I feel it's the same thing. It was never we didn't create this problem. We did not create, black people did not create this problem. I also don't find anything wrong with using a majority vote to create a point. When it comes to white people, people speak on it all the time. It's almost safe to assume that all white people are racist because of how many you come across that are racist. You will come across a racist white person more often than not. So it's safe to assume to criticize white people due to that. If anything, I think y'all need to be focusing on trying to get the point to people who voted for Trump. Not only that, I think you should be focusing on other people that voted for Kamala, like, I don't know, white people. That's who you need at your protest. Soon as you add a bunch of black people to your protest, all hoopla gonna break loose. I'm telling you, they do not like the peaceful protest when it comes to black people being involved. It's gonna get real violent real fast. Trump is ready to use the military against his people. I actually don't want my people out there. Call on the whites. They have the privilege in this country to make a difference. Call on them. There are white liberals out there. Call on them. Stop trying to hold black people accountable to this. We're not the problem. We're literally at the bottom of the barrel. And like I hear people talk about this all the time. I feel like I've made this point before of how people have proven that we're at the bottom of the barrel every single time. but it's just always expected that we be the most courageous and help everybody out. I think it's okay for Black people to finally be selfish. Yeah, I'm cool with that. If that means more of my people come out at the end, I'm cool with that. Like, I just seen a video of a dude who was like, during BLM, all these rappers spoke out, and he named like 4 or 5 rappers. And I'm like, aren't they all Black? He was like, during BLM, all these rappers spoke out, and now they're not saying anything, basically implying that they said something because it benefited them. It's this rapper I know. What's he, from Texas? He love to say the N-word. Why you not talking to him? That be the issue I have right there. Like, I feel like y'all hold the wrong people accountable and then make the wrong people the problem. Black people are not the problem for not wanting to protest. Quite literally, minorities voting for Trump is the actual issue. So as far as like causing a divide, if anybody is causing a divide, it's minorities fussing at Black people and other Black people fussing at Black people because they don't want to protest. That's what's causing a further divide. If there is a piece of a divide or a piece of divide to even give anymore. Like, I've already felt like we were completely divided already. I never felt like we were unified. So I hate when people are like, oh, you're pushing further into the divide. What are you talking about? People of color and Black people have never been together. It's never been a together group. So I'm just trying to figure out.
So white people will never leave Black people alone, and I'm going to tell you why. White society's obsession with Black people isn't new. It's centuries old. If you think about slavery, colonialism, and exploitation, from the start, white wealth in America was built off the backs of Black bodies. Sugar, cotton, tobacco, rice. This wasn't just economics. It was a system where white people's very identity was shaped around controlling and owning and watching Black bodies. But here's the wild contradiction in all of this, right? While trying to dehumanize us, white culture has always been obsessed with us, right? They copied our music, our style, our language, our food, even our rhythm, all while denying us basic rights. Think about jazz and rock and hip hop and fashion, all born out of Black genius, only to be taken, watered down, and sold back to the world with a white face on it. So why can't they just stay away? Because in a system that is built both on exploitation and envy, distance is impossible. White supremacy depends on keeping Black people in place, close enough to use, control, or imitate, but never free enough to threaten the hierarchy. It's a sick paradox, fear and fascination at the same damn time. On a psychological level, it's projection. White folks will project their guilt, their fear, and their insecurities onto Blackness, and then turn around and crave the very life, culture, and resilience they tried to destroy. It's like they want the sauce, but not the struggle. Now, to be real, not every white person acts like this, but the system, the way whiteness has defined itself against Blackness, makes it so this obsession keeps resurfacing. Whether it's over policing or culture appropriation or trying to legislate our lives, it always comes back to the old need to dominate mixed with a quiet desire to be what they can't.
Since y'all started it, then hold it. Don't play with us Africans, period. First of all, we don't care about, we don't think about y'all. We don't sit around, I have to keep saying this, we don't sit around our dinner tables bringing y'all up. We don't just come on camera and get podcast equipment just to talk about what y'all got going on. We don't. We finally entered the chat because y'all been doing this for years on the internet and y'all do it in real life. And now we're telling y'all to leave us the fuck alone. If you left us alone, there would be no problem. You walk down the street, I'd see you like I see everybody else and keep it moving. Or I wouldn't see you like I don't see everybody else and keep it moving. Like, I have friends from everywhere. Those who are my friends, I interact with, I talk to, we cool, we chill. But outside of that, no Black American people, we don't really give a fuck about anybody outside of us. We really don't. We really just want to be left alone. But everybody cannot keep us out of their mouths. Y'all can't keep us out of your minds. We live rent free in everybody's minds. There would be no issue. We have good customer service and shut the fuck up. Leave us alone. When do we just start with y'all? We don't. Everything y'all hear us say and do now is a reaction to the blatant disrespect, to constantly being brought up. Other than that, leave you alone. Don't play with y'all. Bitch, who is you? Who is you cool? Y'all got it confused. Y'all keep coming for us, not the other way around. Don't ever think anybody's just sitting at home wondering what you're doing in your hometown, watching you on TV. That's not happening. It's relevant to Brooklyn Way.
I'm gonna say this, and you can take it however you want to. I don't care enough to dislike any of you. You don't come up on my FYP. I don't go looking to get in y'all's business. So why would I dislike you? I don't have enough history on this beef to speak on how it started or where it came from. And I don't even know if you can call it a beef because it is so one-sided generally. And I can't speak for all Black Americans, but we just want to be left alone. When we're having conversations with other Black Americans, we don't want other people to insert themselves in Black business. Black Americans were having a conversation with Black Scottish people. So I don't even know how that ended up on your FYP. So you must have been looking for it. You were looking for it. You were looking to insert yourself in our business, which is weird. And you know who else does that? Some people that I know that live right here in the United States. We live with it every day, and now we got to get it from views on TikTok. It's weird as fuck. Just leave us alone. Leave us alone. If you don't like us, leave us alone.
Black people are still resting, and they're going to be resting for quite some time, okay? Because I don't think y'all understand the severity. Like, I think that there's some people out here that think that Black people are playing and that we'll eventually get over this and we'll get back to work. No. We will get back to work in our community. Black Americans will be okay because we put in the work. It's the rest of the people of color groups that have not put in the work because they came to this country with rights that Black Americans fought and bled and died for. So when Black people say that we are resting, that is what we mean. It is not just this election. It is not just this. It is a culmination of so many disappointments from our existence on this stolen land. Okay? Because let's be clear. America is a stolen land built by stolen people. At the end of the day, that is what America is. Black Americans decided that they wanted to make something out of nothing. And that is what we have done for hundreds of years and have literally laid a table together for everybody to be equitable. Okay? Equitable. All we want is equity, not revenge, not a leg up in the world, but equity across the board. And because America said that that's not what she wants, everybody is going to have to reap what they sow. Black people have been sowing seeds of equity, civil rights movements, voting rights movements. We have been sowing good seeds. So over the next 4 to 8 or however many years, Black Americans are going to be okay. It's all the other groups that we were worried about. But y'all let us know y'all not worried about yourselves, so we can't.
Can we talk? It's been a while. I know. But Black women, we're still resting. Yeah. Black people as a whole, we are tightening up our ship. Black people as a whole, we are building community amongst each other. Everything else around us is just a distraction at this point because we warned, we shared information, infographics, data, and statistics of what might happen. And clearly, people did not believe that fat meat is greasy. And that video that I just shared was a couple of days after the election, after I had gotten all the tears out, after I had cried it out, after I had prayed it out, all the things. And I said, this was different because the levee of trust broke all the way, right? Black people have lived in a certain, Black Americans, the descendants of the enslaved, have lived on this stolen land for quite some time, and we understand patterns. We understand when the shift in the atmosphere changes, and we move accordingly. And what we're seeing is We have conditioned ourselves to do that. We have conditioned ourselves to pivot when the temperature changes. And a lot of people now are seeing the temperature change, not just feel it, but see it in real time, and they don't know how to react and they don't know how to deal. So anybody that is getting on this app trying to tell Black women to do anything, trying to tell the 80% of Black American men to do anything right now other than do what we've been doing the past 10, 11, almost 12 months, you're part of the problem, not the solution. I hate to say it, but some of us ain't gonna make it because we too busy trying to argue with stupid. We too busy trying to argue with stupid. And I just refuse. This is your friendly reminder. We know how we got here. Our rest is important. How we mobilize look different. A lot of the revolution will not be televised. And that's why a lot of folks is mad, because they don't know what we doing and it scares them. Okay? So while you all are building out your community, while you are tightening up the ship, whether you all are saving more money, because when I tell you, I get annoyed when I have to spend any amount of money because I have gotten so like, I work hard for my money, and I'm not just about to give it to anybody or anything, because it's apparent y'all don't care about my money. Y'all care about my money, but y'all don't care about me, and that's a problem. It's some places I don't go no more. It's some people I don't see anymore, because at the end of the day, we have got to guard our gates. We have got to guard our peace. We have got to guard our energy, because the more chaos ensues, the more dangerous people get. The more, people do stuff because they just can't pinpoint what Negroes is doing and they mad about it. So at the end of the day, make sure that you are moisturizing. SPF is necessary for us. Drink your 6 to 8 glasses of water or more. Make sure that you are getting in the gym. As I talk to you, I'm talking to myself, because we in for a long ride, but it is nothing that our ancestors have not done that we cannot do again and better, to make sure that when we come on the other side of this, we don't have to, this can literally just be a lesson. But this is a hard lesson because now everybody is learning it, because y'all just didn't want to believe Black people who have been oppressed in this land for quite some time. Yep, slavery is ended, but like systemic racism is everywhere. And now y'all are figuring out that racism, classism, otherism is all on the same boat now. So, y'all be well. Okay, bye.
Dear Black people.
What you want? First of all, leave us the fuck alone. All right? We on break right now. We'll be back though. 2028, 29, 30. Just for now, no.
I speak for Black Americans. We do not care. So please leave us alone.
And while I'm on the topic about it, why is everyone always so concerned about what Black women are doing at every single given moment? It's like we are the center of our world and we are the center of y'all's world too. That's weird. And I feel like every time we try to point out how fucking weird that is, people are like, no one likes you. No one likes you. And I'm like, okay, well, could you just like leave us the fuck? No, we don't like that. We don't like that. We don't like that. Okay, we do. Leave us the fuck alone. Especially like a lot of Black men. Oh, we don't like when y'all wear wigs and weaves and nails and eyelashes and makeup. And we have told you repeatedly, we don't give a fuck what you like. What's not clicking, Steven? Like, what's not clicking? What are we missing? What are we missing? What are we missing? What are we missing? You keep giving your unsolicited opinions on what we as Black women do. We keep telling you, hey, sir, don't give a fuck about that opinion. If you take someone's opinion, you buy their lifestyle. Look at you. Ew. Oh, who would ever want that?
To be insecure, jealous, busted, and disgusted? Ew. I could never. Me, as a wonderful, successful Black woman who has everything, who can do any and everything when I please, how I please, and I don't have to wait for a Friday, a check to drop to do whatever it is the fuck I want to do. I'm going to take the opinion of a man who looks like he hasn't scrubbed his armpits since the Stone Age. You are over there looking ashy and ugly as hell. Just a gashly. Ah! And you want me to care about what you think about me? Oh, we're not even the same stratosphere. And then they'll come back. Oh, well, you're ugly. You're fat. No one's ever gonna want you. Okay, mister, till you do right by me, everything you even think about gonna fail. But honestly, no one cares. I don't care. You think I'm ugly? Great, leave me the fuck alone. You think I'm fat? Great, leave me the fuck alone. You think no one is going to want me? Great, leave me the fuck alone. But no, everyone is still all up in our motherfucking business. We don't like when you do that. Leave us alone then. Don't look. Close your eyes.
We have one of them folks who went on camera. I came across this on TikTok, and he's asking his people why you can't just leave Black people alone. Take a look at what he has to say.
Why is it that white folks support anti-Blackness, racism, and white supremacist culture in so many goddamn ways? Why is it that we support it through our silence, our defensiveness, our denial, that code of silence? Let's not talk about it. Let's ignore it. All that gymnastics, that defensiveness, anger, the passive aggressiveness, the stereotyping, the overt, covert racist, all that we do, the gaslighting, all that we do as white people. Why can't we just leave Black people the alone? Because we were taught that. Back in the day, we demanded Black people be segregated, right? So we segregated. Black people said, okay, great, we're going to make our... They started doing great. What did we do? We burned their communities down to the ground, telling Black people what they should think, feel, do, be, do better. I'm tired of what my people have done, what they continue to do. Of it. I'm tired of seeing people suffer. I'm tired of quality. And you ought to get do.
Yes, he certainly did list every single thing that we go through as a community on a daily basis. And he is saying that he's tired of it. Well, what do you say about us as a community and everything that we go through and how tired we are? Going way back, hundreds and hundreds of years, fast forward through to today, and we continue to go through this. And he is telling his people to stop it, leave us alone, and stop with the gaslighting, and stop with the, let's not talk about it, and staying quiet about everything, or being very loud about wanting us to go back to our countries and wanting us to go back to where we came from. Although a lot of us were born right here in either Canada or North America or other parts of the world where them folks congregate and they feel like we don't belong there. And this man is saying, enough is enough, stop it. And he also got very emotional towards the end, crying for our people. So here's a man who probably may have given up his white privilege card, but also I am always a little bit skeptical. I always wonder, where this, I guess, allyship has come from, what prompted it, what inspired you to go on camera and plead for our community. What happened in your world? Are you involved with a sister? Do you have a biracial child that may have experienced something?
where did this come from? And I know people are going to say, and I'm referring to the folks, are going to say, what else do you want? You complain about everything. Why does everything have to be about race? Stop it. You have somebody in our community that's lobbying for you. What else do you want? We want to be left alone. We want to not be discriminated against. We want to be able to leave our houses and be able to come home in one piece. That's what we want. Just basic humanity is what we want. And if we got that, and if we were treated equally, there would not be a need for all of this and for all that we expose all of you to on a daily basis of what is happening and how we are being treated. All we want is to be able to live and be treated like a human being. It's, I guess it's always nice to see somebody that doesn't look like us telling those who don't look like us to smarten up and quit it. So kudos to him. Let me know what you all think about this. Do you think that he is genuine in his feelings and thoughts about our community and the way that we are treated, or do you think it's fake news? Let me know. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, EA Public Relations. Until next time, please be safe.
First of all, Black people ain't had nothing to do with this. We wasn't nowhere near Utah. So I'm like, how was the response to go after Black students? And it's interesting because I was talking to one of my best friends who graduated from Grambling. And I was like, is Grambling on lockdown? Because it was just kind of in the moment. And it's like, we're getting these alerts about this school and that school, Hampton, and all these different schools. So I was like, what is happening? And I was like, and why are we in this, right? What is it that students on a HBCU campus have to do with this, right? That wasn't a place that, let me point this out. We have had school shootings that have taken place on all types of campuses. And there are those, specifically on the right, that always want to put out this idea that Black folk are dangerous and criminal, and we just have more of a propensity to commit crimes and things like that. Do you know how many school shootings we've had at a HBCU?
Zero.
One of the safest campus that you can be, a safe haven. And it is interesting because those campuses were created out of kind of the segregation idea, but we don't do that. It's not, in the idea that, as soon as it happened, and the next thing you know, the trans community is under attack again, right? Because they said that the Minnesota shooting was a trans woman, I believe. And so because it was a trans person, they're like, oh, this is what happens. But I was like, so we're not going to talk about white supremacy? We're not going to talk about the fact that the vast majority of these shootings, whether they are seen as political or not, if we look at the numbers, white supremacy ideology. But we don't want to do anything about that. There's no legislation that they want to bring. Every time you say white supremacy, they want to yell, oh, you're race baiting. No, I am going on facts. These crimes, when we look at these mass shootings, most of them are linked to neo-Nazism, Proud Boys or whatever. It's always some white supremacy kind of thing that's going on. It's not Black folk that are going out there. It's not immigrants that are going out there. But what cities are we going into? Black cities, because we are supposedly the ones that commit all the crime. Which people are we going after? Immigrants, because allegedly it's immigrants, but we don't want to have a talk about what the numbers say, what the facts say, which is that we have a white supremacy problem in this country. So until we decide to deal with the problem, we're going to continue to have a problem.
For a hair, nails, feet, she did the finger thumb type and said, Glock it.
So, y'all, it's a damn shame that our people got to go on videos to tell folks to leave us alone. But it's bad enough. For years, it's always been white people. But since all of the ICE raids have been happening, it's virtually every single group that is sitting on videos telling us, Black people, we need to come together. No, we don't. No, we don't. My life don't depend on coming together with Latinos, East Indians, Asians, Africans, or whatever. Okay. No, my life don't depend on that. But they keep getting on these videos preaching, and you know darn well we don't have no good history with any of you. None of you. We do not have a sisterhood with white women. We don't have one with Latino women, Asians, none of you. But it seems like as soon as you get in hot water over something, everybody wants us there to aid and assist them. No, no, we don't have to do that. I think the best thing our community did was step back and let everybody handle their own issues. I think that was the best decision ever. And I still say we should stick with it. I don't even think we should come back together in the next election cycle. I said, if you want to be out there voting, vote, but you don't have to come together with all these other groups in order to go out and cast your vote. You don't need them at all. It's not like they listen. Obviously, many in our community was for Kamala, but they ran out there and pulled the lever for Trump, right? So it's not like they listen to our folks anyway. So why come together with them at all? That's the way I see it. But it's interesting how everybody wants to reach out to our community. Y'all just keep letting them know we are resting. We are resting. And what's going on out here now are not our issues. It's not. And the premise of Donald Trump sending the National Guard and ICE and all that, he's still trying to provoke our people. But as you can see, it's not working. And I think it's hard for them to accept the old bag of tricks are just not working on us anymore. You can't scare us back into the streets. You can't scare us into protesting. You can't do nothing. And I think that is what bothers them. It's fearing the unknown. They don't know what's going on with us anymore. Before they used to know because we would always be vocal and we'd be in the streets and helping out and doing our part. But now that we are on the sidelines and we're silent and we're not really mingling with them like we used to, the unknown is scaring the hell out of them. But that's their problem, y'all. Hey, I don't need to worry about whatever concerns they have. They can work that out within themselves. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. So, I have another one coming up. There's a lot of videos coming out about December 19th. That is the time when they expect 3i Atlas to do a pass across the earth. So they're going to pass by the earth. And these folks are so scared about that date. And I don't know why. Didn't the Most High say we don't know the time or the date? Well, these folks, I guess because of all the information that the scientists and people have been putting out on videos, the 19th is when we'll see 3i Atlas make its closest pass by the earth. They are scared something is going to happen on December 19th. And because y'all are harping on this date, I will bet that nothing will happen on December 19th. The Most High ain't gonna come in here because you got some thought in your head that that's when he's gonna come. It ain't gonna happen like that. It won't go down like that at all. But, so I will show you those videos when we come back. Let's see, what time is that? All right, so we'll be coming back. I believe it's 5:30. So I will see you then. Well, hopefully, small Levi, everybody will be boycotting. At least that's what a lot of folks online say they intend on doing. In fact, I'm starting to see more and more videos from white people saying they're boycotting and letting their children know there will be no Christmas this year. I'm beginning to see more and more of them jumping on the bandwagon for boycotting Christmas. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be very interesting over these next several weeks. That's for sure. And starting tomorrow, I will post the details about my upcoming sale this coming Friday all the way to December 4th. So I will be posting that in the community tab. So be on the lookout for that because you want the discount codes and the links so that you can get your 37% off of the products. And there is no buying limit. So you can buy one product and get 37% off. So y'all, I will see you on the next live. Shalom, family.